um, I started exercising, and I felt like there wasn't really much exercising I could do because I live in this teeny tiny little condo, and it's on the lower level, and so I have to go upstairs to get outside, and that is a deterrent when you've got to walk upstairs with achy knees and achy ankles and out of breath carrying all this excess weight. So what that did, I found myself staying in more and more, which then caused me to gain more and more weight. My weight got to a certain level, and then I stopped getting on the scale because it was scary. It was downright scary, and I didn't even want to know what it was because I felt so helpless to do anything about it. So then I decided, okay, I'm going to start exercising. I know that there are videos and things you could use, but the exercise I started doing was so simple. I just started running in place. I just started running in place, go in the bathroom, stand in the mirror, and just run in place.
All right.
Yep. And then I
Movement.
started doing, just push ups against the wall, just little simple things like that, little
Mhm.
simple things. Well, by the time I went through my second round of Shred 10, by then I'd lost about 10 pounds. And, I felt better. So then I started pushing myself to do more. So I started, you know, walking. I started going outside and walking. And I could only walk to the end of my building here. So, and I'd
Mhm.
be out of breath, hold on to the pole, catch my breath, then walk a little further and, walk a little distance, turn around and come back. But I kept doing it. And of course, I kept getting going further and further until eventually I was able to walk all the way to the entrance of the whole complex. And I was like, wow. So it was almost like graduating. So after I was able to do that, and I wasn't willing to go walking on the street because, I didn't want to do that. So, so then I started going to the gym. So going to the gym,
Wow.
getting on a treadmill, stretching, doing the stretches, getting on the treadmill, and then doing this 30-minute, little kind of interval thing. It's like a 30-minute workout, express workout, or whatever they call it. And it's
Wait.
with weights. So I started doing that. And then I started doing the intermittent fasting and the water fasting, first of all, and then the intermittent fasting. So when I went on, I first did the water fast, and I was planning on fasting for 3 days with water only. But here again is where Shred 10 comes in. I would not have been able to do that if I had not had the boost from Shred 10 and the confidence and the power, to do it. So I went on a 3-day water fast, and then I realized, I can really go longer than this. And so I did. I went 4 days. And then I eased off of it because refeeding is the really most dangerous and risky part. So knowing that, I just eased out of it by the first thing I ate was just a teaspoonful of peanut butter and about a fourth of a chocolate complete shake. Not even the whole thing, just about a fourth. So then I think I ate a little bit more of that later on during the day, and that was all I had on day 5. By day 6, I was drinking, I think, like an entire shake. And at some point, I added a little soup to it. But anyway, I took about 3 or 4 days to ease out of that 4 day of strict fasting. And so by then, I have so much power. I feel like I can do anything. And
I love it.
isn't that amazing? And so the weight is literally melting off of me because I am in control. The cravings don't control me. Nothing controls me. I am in control. And I said, the appetite and hunger is like a big monster. It's like, oh, don't let hunger get you. Don't dare feel hungry. It'll eat you up. It'll destroy you or damage you or something. So now it's like I'm not afraid of hunger. It's like As a matter of fact, I basically tell it, look, go sit your tail down. No, I'm not going to feed you now. I'll feed you when I get good and ready. so,
I love it.
so, yeah, that monster has become a tamed domestic pet. And the spoiled, brat, out of control child has become a well behaved, well disciplined entity that I am very much in control of. So this is the first time I've ever been here in my whole entire life. And it's just awesome. It's awesome. It really is awesome.
You mean feeling this in control?
Yes. I have had some success on some diets before, but they're always short term, nothing really significant, and definitely nothing long lasting. And the best success I ever had was on, I can't remember what the name of it is. It's like, it's kind of like Overeaters Anonymous, but it's not. They use a 12-step program.
Mm-hmm.
And FA is the name, and I can't remember what it stood for. But that's what I had success with that. And I did lose weight, but it was so restricted. It's like so restricted and so controlling. I mean, it's like, other people controlling you. You got to call and tell them what you're going to eat and all that. So I found that it was not something that for me was a long-term lifestyle. I mean, I just believed that there was some freedom for me. I believed that God had a way, and that way there was freedom in it. And so that's where I am now. It was also, whenever I tried things in the past, I was telling my son about that earlier today, there was always this element of fear. And the fear was that I was going to fail it, or it was going to fail me, or, it's like I'm doomed. It's like a feeling of doom. You may be doing okay today, but you can't continue this, that sort of thing. And as soon as your success runs out, you're going to be back where you were. So I made up my mind many, many years ago. And I know I sounded crazy when I said this, because I could look at people's eyes until they thought you flipped your lid. But I made the statement, I says, I'm just never going to go on another diet as long as I live, because I feel like I had hit my head up against the brick wall so many times and then end up in the same place I had been before I started, or even in a worse place. Or either I could look at diets and see that, the flaws that were in them. It's like, oh, this is just another gimmick. This is just another trend. This is not something I can live with. So, so I had made up my mind. I'm looking for a lifestyle. And so I found it. Shred 10 helped me. Fasting helps me. And I say I've got some, it's like, I call them tools that I use. It's like different things I do depending on what's going on. So I can live my life in a normal, natural way. I can eat whatever the heck I want to eat. But if I do that, just like I went to my nephew's, his little trunk party, he's going away to college, went to his trunk party. I had not eaten anything all day. I had fasted all day. When I got there, it was 4:00 in the afternoon. So I ate what they served. I mean, it was fried chicken and muscatoli and, dinner roll and dessert. I sat there and I ate whatever I wanted to eat, But I didn't gorge myself. Why? Because I didn't need to, and I didn't want to, and I didn't have to. There was a time when if I'm eating dessert, I won't just eat one piece of cake. I'll slice the biggest piece. I can slice it as large as I can to keep from looking like a glutton, to try to make it look like it was normal, but it was on the heavy side of normal. And then, to go and get a second helping, probably. And if there's cake left over, if if somebody says, you want to take a piece home? Sure. you know. So, but when I left my nephew's dinner, I they actually served some cookies. So I had two cookies, and I only ate one, and the other one because that was all I wanted. So the other one I wrapped it, took it with me, and then I threw it away because I really
Mhm.
didn't even want it. And it's like, so what I got it for? So yeah, yeah. So it's that kind of power and that kind of control. So I'm just having a ball. Oh, yeah, and then so after the dinner, what I did, I I just fasted longer. So most days I'm fasting anywhere from usually I fast 16 to 20 hours a day.
Mhm.
And I take my Juice Plus and I eat well.
Mhm.
But I'm not in prison. I'm not in jail. I'm not restricted. That's how I could have that ice cream cone. It's like, I want some ice cream. I'm not going to have it every day. I'm not going to have it 3 times a day, 3 meals a day of ice cream. But I wanted it that day, so I got it. And I lost 2 pounds. The next day, 2 pounds were off. 3 pounds was off today after that bread cold, delicious sandwich I had yesterday, chicken chipotle with avocado. Have you tried that? Well, that thing is good, Julie.
I bet it is.
Oh, that thing is good. You need to try it, Julie. With your little skinny self, your little cute skinny self. Mm.
I was thinking that part of, with you, gate, it's all kind of a catalyst, right? And you're losing the weight, you're getting less achy, you're losing the cravings, you're feeling empowered, you're starting to exercise more, you're putting in more movement, exercising your heart, so you're burning calories, but you're also doing the weights, which of course then our metabolism speed up, when we've got more muscle than fat. And so you've got all of this beautiful magic going on. And, you know, as you are melting away, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're also doing it correctly because you are continuing to flood your body with plants every day, and that Juice Plus and that Complete and all of that nutrition that is supporting our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
you're doing it in a way that you are healthy, because we can lose weight
Oh,
and not.
yes. Yes.
And so that whole thing of the shred, right? Even just with the water, the sleep, the movement, but it's eating more clean food,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yes.
and yeah, I mean, shred obviously doesn't want us to have that occasional cookie or ice cream. I mean, during that 10 days,
Right. Exactly.
it
Exactly.
is such, the guidelines are so, they make so much sense.
Yes.
Like if we take the caffeine out, if we take the alcohol out, the sugar out, the processed foods, because if you think about our adrenals, our brains, our guts, they just need a break. They need a big fat
Oh,
break.
yes. Oh, yes. 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 Yes.
And then continuing to add the Juice Plus then helps your fat to kind of release, right? Your fat cells are releasing the toxins. And when you're
Mm-hmm.
releasing the toxins, right? I mean, for lack of a better way, you start to melt away. You start to feel better,
Mm-hmm.
mental clarity, or sleeping better, or again, losing the bloat or the craving, or
Mm-hmm.
just a better mood, just feeling better. Like
Right.
it's magic, because you're right. It's not a diet. It's not a trend. It's not a fad. Fruits and vegetables are never going to go out of style, right?
No
And
way.
and so supporting your body with that foundational nutrition and then following those principles
Mm-hmm.
is it's a lifestyle, and it's a doable lifestyle.
Yes. Yes. You said it. Oh, you know what? And when you were talking about the feeling there on the bloated, oh my God, I had so my stomach was so bloated and hard until it was frightening because I started having thoughts that I probably shouldn't have been thinking about, like, what is this? What is this? I'm
Mhm.
like, I feel myself, I'm like, am I feeling lymph nodes or are these some other kind of nodules in here? What's going on? It was scary. So, um, and then my stomach was hurting. I had pain as well because taking the pain medication for the joints was literally, it felt like it was eating a hole in my stomach, and so can you believe I'm not taking any pain medication?
Yes, I can.
Yes, you can, and you would believe it. Yeah, I'm
Ooh.
off the pain medication. I don't have to take it at all. And I mean, to be more active, more physically active, to do more than I could. And so if someone would ask, well, why don't you take the pain medication? Because I don't need it. I forget about it because I'm not hurting. you know.
Because you were healing your body naturally.
Yes,
Because
definitely.
what? God designed our bodies to thrive on this good, wholesome, nourishing nutrition, right?
Yes, that's right.
Mostly plants. I'm not against, the eggs and the lean meats and the organic chickens, right? We got to have clean
Hmm.
meat and fish and whatever, but our bodies were designed to recognize that whole food,
Right.
right? And not only does it thrive that way and prevent disease, but our bodies are so amazing that it can reverse disease.
That's right.
We can heal from disease
Hmm.
when we make the right lifestyle choices.
Right.
And you are living proof. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yes, I.
What's also interesting is it's kind of like, I mean, I know that the struggle, right, has been a while, but when you decided to start that, you May, June, July, in 3 short months,
Yes.
look at the transformation
Yes.
that has been going on with you.
Yes. It's amazing.
So it's probably also not just the, gorgeous, sexy hair, but it's also some weight loss, I bet.
Hmm.
Because I
Hmm.
just look at you and you're like glowing.
Oh, you're biased though, Julie.
There. I can't
Oh gosh.
help
Yeah. But I am I am very, very grateful, that's for sure. And I feel like I'm really moving into a place where I'm gaining tremendous credibility because, to have
even more.
information that you're sharing with people is one thing, but hey, if you can't dance to your own music or practice what you preach, then it's definitely going to make it a lot less effective.
Right. So we need to walk the walk. Right.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
I love your posts, and I don't know what the rhyme or reason is with Facebook, but like I would see more and more and more of your posts, and I was just like, wow. And then Jen, you remember Jen Rowland? She's
Mhm.
like, have you seen Gwendolyn's posts? She's like, can I copy those? I'm like, of course you can. She was totally going to copy those or share them or whatever. I go, she is on a mission, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because I think one of the greatest things about if anything comes from the shred, it's awareness. Because
Mhm.
maybe not everybody is losing 5 pounds on the first shred or losing 10 pounds by the second. Maybe they're not. Um, I don't know if you read this side note on our customer page, Live Well, Be Well. Cindy Dodd did her first 2 shreds, and she are like now off the chart, like the highest HDL she's had, the lowest triglycerides, the lowest cholesterol, right? Like she just kind of posted all of that in our
Wow.
in our customer page. And it's because she's been following the shred, because I will say another side note is that she too, she's like, well, I eat healthy. I know what to
Mhm.
do. I am not losing weight. The scale isn't budging. Well, when she put those principles in, then she got addicted to them, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And so her results and her starting to lose weight and her starting to see differences, and now internally in the blood work, she is
Mm.
ecstatic. But my
Wow.
point was, maybe not everyone is going to experience what you
Yeah.
did or Cindy
Yeah.
did, but
Mhm.
if anything, it's awareness.
Mhm.
Because I think people are like, oh, I didn't really realize that I had issues with dairy, let's just say.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to think,
Mhm.
oh, I didn't realize that I was so addicted to caffeine,
Mhm.
whatever that is. Like, and then if they make the choice, do I want to add that back in, or do I want to continue feeling better?
Right. 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 Exactly. Exactly.
And it's pretty powerful. It's really
Uh-huh.
powerful.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, I think of the Shred 10, for what it was for me. It's like it's like a catapult. It's like a and
Oh,
and I was just so surprised by it.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's a jump start.
Yes.
Because it's one of the, you know how we have like the different doors, like let's say someone wants to kind of take a peek, but they're not sure if they want to add Juice Plus. You can take them to the Healthy Living Revolution website, and that gives all kinds of information and resources and cookbooks and just
Mhm.
different ideas for healthy lifestyle changes, right? But then, we also have the Juice Plus door, right? I
Mhm.
want to start adding fruits and vegetables. I want to bridge the gap with the omegas, or maybe the complete, or the Tower Garden. I want to grow
Mhm.
my, take control of that, right? But then let's say there's someone who wants to jumpstart. They want to, like you said, catapult.
Mhm.
Implementing those Shred 10 principles for even just the 10 short days.
Yes.
It is a jumpstart
Yes.
like nobody's business.
It really is. I'm a living witness.
You are a living
I
witness.
am a living witness. And I'm not, I don't think, I wouldn't say that I was skeptical because that sounds too decisive and too, it was more, I wasn't skeptical, but I think I wasn't expecting anything. I was not expecting to notice anything. I mean, it made sense to me to do it, to follow it. It just made sense. I mean, it's all good. Everything on there is good. So to do it for 10 days was good. And I think I told you the main thing I was hoping to get was like, better sleep, just to kind of
Yep,
improve my sleep.
absolutely.
That was all I was looking. That was all I was
But your
hoping.
sleep,
I wasn't even looking for it. I was just hoping that, yeah, that would be kind of nice if I came out here with that. But I really wasn't expecting anything else. That's why it just really, it really is, they say, it threw me for a loop. It's like, whoa, hold up here. Yeah, this is,
and it's interesting because, and I don't know this, but I'm just thinking about, maybe you weren't expecting anything, because I think that you were being obedient to that voice that said, well, Gwendolyn, you
mhm,
know what to do.
know what to do.
And it was kind of like maybe right there in front of you all the
Mhm,
time. And you're like, well, I guess I'll try this, but it's,
mhm,
what, right? Maybe sleep, and it's
mhm.
also kind of gives you, almost, just because we're all only human, right? I know we need to trust in the Lord, but we're also like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this.
Mhm.
Well, if I fail, well, I wasn't expecting anything anyway.
Right.
It's all that mind game, right?
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
I also think that, fundamentally, because you made that decision years ago, I am never going to go on a diet again. So you knew, well, this isn't a diet.
Right.
And the big man told me to do it, or the big man said I already know what to do.
Mhm.
So it's all this, like, I don't, it's not a coincidence, it's a godcidence that
Right.
all is right.
Accidents. I like that.
It is.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that's what it is.
Mhm.
And I am the recipient. Well,
What I
all of
love,
us are and thank you for the part that you played because I don't know, you kind of nudged me like, You want to try the Shred 10? You know?
Well, that was the Holy
Yeah.
Spirit. He's like,
Yeah.
Jewel, you need to reach out to Gwendolyn again. Look at all those posts she's doing. So I was like, oh, you're right. Look at her. She's on, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you know how, that whole mission is inspiring healthy living. What I love is you have this whole group of people that you are impacting, right? Your network, your community, whether those are your beautiful Facebook posts of bringing awareness to them, or whether it's the people that are lining up for this Zoom call. Like you already have someone who's like, I want to do this with you. And she ordered her products. And, you've got people who are like interested and maybe they'll watch a little bit of this Zoom. I mean, I don't know, but it's like you and your experience, your wisdom, your knowledge, but then also the results that you're having right now and you being living proof. It's like, yeah. Now, we're not saying it's easy. It's going to take a little bit, but the beautiful thing about our bodies is that metabolic programming, but we have to give it a chance.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And maybe everybody's not open to a water fast or an intermittent fast or whatever, but that's okay. Baby steps, just like your baby steps around the parking lot and your baby steps around leading. It's so magical what can happen when we take that first step.
Right. Yes. And I think that's one of the things too that that I can see as being a really a tremendous advantage with the Shred 10, because it really does allows a person to take those baby steps. It doesn't ask a lot of you, and what it is asking is really what you want and what you should be doing anyway. And so it's not asking you to do it for such an extended period of time until you enter it thinking, I'm going to fail, I can't do this. I mean, so it just asks you to take these little baby steps here for 10 days. And then you've got the support group and all of that. So it's very, very doable. All a person would have to do is to just want to. That's all. If you just want to, then this is definitely, to me, it's the best way to get started. I mean, how could I say anything else? I mean, that's what I've lived. That has been my lived experience. So therefore, there's nothing else I could recommend. There's nothing else I could say to someone other than, this is what I did. This is really how it worked for me. So how could I recommend anything less for someone else? I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So it's all a win-win because we're helping people take back their health, take back their control, empower them, educate them, support them, encourage them. I mean, our community is, as you know, it's pretty amazing.
Yep.
I love it. So, of course, I'll be adding you. The new Shred page is already up and running.
Oh, is it up already?
So,
yeah, because it starts Monday.
I can't believe it starts Monday. I really need to get on advertising for this, don't I? I do have a list of people in the past who are like, they were skipping July, but they're wanting in for August. So I got to get those people added to the page. I'll add you so that you can add your friend.
Okay.
Okay. I love it. Well, I also just want to say if there's a time when you want to hop on the phone, like spontaneous, whatever, a Zoom or conference call or whatever, if someone's got any questions, you can always be a quick text or call me or whatever, and we'll make it work.
Okay. That sounds good.
Or if you want to kind of take a rehash of this and just maybe learn a little from your experience and what it's kind of about, but would love to entertain questions or anything like that.
Okay.
But you know the answer to them too, sister.
You said what? I'm sorry.
I said, but you also know the answers to those questions.
Oh, no, Julie, you're the expert.
No.
Yes, you are. And I told everybody that. Julie is the expert. I'm bringing her on. I can tell you what I did, but Julie's going to answer your questions. Oh, yes, that's right.
to the best of her ability. And if not, we'll just go find the answer from someone else.
There you go.
We
That's
got a
how
good
it
community.
works. So how's your sweet little girl?
Oh, she's not so little anymore.
Oh my. How old is she?
She just turned 12 in June.
Yikes.
She is going into 7th grade. She is almost as tall as me, sharing my clothes, sharing my shoes.
Oh wow. So this is definitely a new stage.
Oh, yeah.
And she's going to be a teenager next year. You have got to be kidding. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah, 2 weeks. School starts in 2 weeks. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, Julie, I'm not going to hold you all evening. I know you have a family, but I want to thank you so very much for coming on this call. I really wanted to
Well, I'm glad I found your
preserve
Zoom.
you. Thank you. Thank you. And you'll definitely be hearing from me again. And thank you for all of your support and encouragement. And I'll look forward to the links that you send so that, we can get plugged in.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's so good to see your face. You're so beautiful.
You are so sweet. You are just absolutely a
I just
jewel.
missed your face.
You are a jewel. Hey, listen, how's your tower garden going? Are you still growing your food?
Well, I took a break in the hot summer months because I literally have been traveling.
Oh, okay.
This has been a crazy summer for me.
Mhm.
So, and Kathleen was just asking me about it. I said, well, after school starts, we're going to start it up again. And I'll probably just put it in the garage and just keep it inside.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, because this is the summer of, it's been fun, but I have not been home.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha.
So
you have to have the lights, those special lights to go on it too when you have it
for inside, yeah.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I have like the grow lights or whatever.
Mm-hmm. 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 That's good.
But it's fun, and I'm looking forward to it. So
Okay, that sounds good. That's something I got to look forward to. I've been saying that for a while now. I got to act on it because it really is time. I mean, this food out here is scary. What they're doing to it. Oh gosh. Yep. Okay, Lady Bird. I will let you go.
okay,
Thank you.
we'll be in touch.
Thank you. Okay, sounds good. Take care.
Bye, honey.
Bye-bye. Tell Kathleen hello.
I will. I'm surprised she didn't come in here.
Okay, see you.
Bye, honey.
Bye.